Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. OU beat the Michigan Wolverines by the score of 24-13. OU really needed this considering the back-to-back years of 6 and 7. I thought Michigan played really well. Look, they got a really young quarterback. He just turned 18 years old, Ocho, 2 weeks ago. I think in the years to come, he'll be good. But he looked like an 18-year-old guy starting in a very hostile environment, missed some throws, took his eye from downfield. And looking at their schedule, if Oklahoma, Johnny, if they can only lose 2 games with this schedule, they got Texas at South Carolina, they got Ole Miss at Tennessee, at Alabama, and they get LSU coming in. If they can only lose 1 or 2 of those games, they're going to the college football playoff. With that schedule, already beating Michigan, and you still got number 7 Texas, number 10 South Carolina, number 20 Ole Miss, number 22 Tennessee, and number 21 Alabama, and number 3 LSU. Ocho, they lose 1 or 2 of those games, guys, I believe they're going to make the college football playoffs.
Yes.
What you thinking, Johnny?
I mean, it's all right there in front of you. You got to go through the gauntlet.
You got to run it. You got to run it.
Yeah. You said it yourself. Look, you said it yourself. Ranked opponent, all coming up through your own conference. So great test tonight. You play a team that historically, traditionally, very, very good. They did what they needed to do. I wouldn't say it was anything too out of the box, over the top, great. But in these type of situations, these type of games, you got to go out and find a way to win. And then you're going to get into a run that starts in the SEC that's going to be like, your back's against the wall. We got to come out and play. But if you go with 2 losses throughout this whole schedule and the way it looks right now on paper, get them in the playoff.
Before you go, Ocho, think about this. October 11th, they got Texas, the Red River rivalry. The next week, they're at South Carolina. The next week, they get Ole Miss. The next week, they're at Tennessee. The next week, they're at Alabama. The next week, they get Missouri at home. And the following week, they get LSU at home. So you got Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Alabama, and LSU. So 6 of the 7 opponents that they face are ranked, and they're all in consecutive weeks.
Yes.
Looking at Michigan, like I said, Bryce Underwood, 9 of 24, 142 yards. He's 18 years of age. He looked 18 years of age. He looked like a guy that's just out of high school, starting for a top-ranked team on the road in a hostile environment. And Brett Venable has made much more accomplished quarterbacks, juniors and seniors, look bad. So I'm not surprised that he did this to Bryce Underwood. But Michigan has a very, very favorable schedule. They get Central Michigan at Nebraska, Wisconsin at home, at USC, Washington at home, Michigan State on the road, Purdue, Northwestern, Maryland, and then they get Ohio State at home. So they have a very favorable schedule. I thought Michigan had some opportunities in this game. They got a face mask that gave them a first down late in the ball game, let them burn more time off the clock. But Ocho, looking at this game, looking at Michigan, do you like what you see with Michigan? You think they can be a contending team?
I like what I saw from Michigan. Obviously, they've always been a running team. I would have liked the coach to have done something different, even though you have a freshman quarterback. If you see that the running game isn't working, lean on your quarterback to be able to make some other plays, maybe outside of the pocket, rolling them out, playing to his strengths a little bit more to get him a little bit more comfortable. The Oklahoma defense was very good.
They are.
They were very good. So you have to be able to counter that and make the necessary adjustments to give your team and quarterback the best chance offensively to get you in the game. Because what you were trying to do wasn't working, especially the running game. And they continue to stay with the same thing because the coach felt, listen, we're handicapped in a sense where we can't really open the playbook as much as we want because of what you just said, having a rookie quarterback, and there's only so much we can do.
The thing that I didn't like about what I saw from Michigan, Johnny, and Ocho, let me know what you think, is that they're running them slow developing ass pulling plays and the backside end chasing it down. I'm like, bro, you cannot run that against these teams because they're gonna chase it, they're gonna chase it down every time. I mean, they were stopping the guy in the backfield for 2 to 3 yard losses every time.
Yeah.
You got to hit some of those quicker hitting, quicker inside zone, just like get on the ball, get some movement, get going. Anything when that starts to happen, you're dragging ass. You play with no
sense of urgency, pace.
Sense of urgency. Sense of urgency, no pace.
I agree. I just think, Ocho, and you said you want to see more. They were pretty balanced, Ocho. 24 passes, 32 rush attempts. And the thing that you want to do, you want to try to protect the Ocho. For a guy that's a dual threat quarterback, he was the number one recruit in the country. Have you been noticing a lot of these dual threat quarterbacks don't throw well on the move? Well, if you can't throw well on the move, it's going to be very difficult for you to beat these teams. And we saw this today with Colorado, and we're going to probably talk about this a little later. They ended up going to their third string quarterback because Salter can't throw on the move. I'm like, these throws are routine, bro. You've got to hit some of them. I'm not saying you got to be 10 for 10, but damn, you can't be 0 for 10.
Right.
But no, I'm saying you said you wanted them to throw the ball more. Ocho, the dude was 9 of 24.
That's
I can see Ocho if he was 15 to 24. He was 16 to 24. He's 9 to 24. Do you know how bad that is? That's not even 50%. What's 9 to 24? 45%? 42%?
Yeah. I actually do know how bad it is. That's why I was saying make him a little bit more comfortable. Do some of the things predicated to his skill set. If you have a dual threat quarterback and he's not really that good, dropping back in the pocket and being able to see things and processing information from the traditional spot, roll his ass out so he has a good eye line, so he can see what's in front of him, so he can make the necessary throws where he doesn't have to sit there and read a defense.
You do realize that when you roll a quarterback out, you take it to basically you remove half the field.
You remove half the field. You have to, because he's not able to play. He's not able to play seeing the whole field.
In the process of doing that, Ocho, we just said he don't look very accurate on the move. So we put him on the move to do what?
Just get him one of those plays with a little handoff and come out where you just come out is so wide open, you just can hand it to the motherfucker. Just hand it to him.
That's what.
Put a bow on it, some whipped cream, and
with Johnny,
something just to get a little bit of you got to give him something. When you get into an offense like that, I don't care if you're a high school guy that's just coming in. When you open that playbook up and you see it for the first time, you're like, yo, I like stick, I like slants. Whatever you like, there's something where the ball gets snapped to you in your hands and you catch it and you immediately, based off instinct, based off everything you've done playing football, you're going to whiz that thing out there and you can get a completion. So in that situation with a guy starting like that in this type of game, you have to put him in situations and play calls that allow him to do that to where it's no thought, no read, just bang.
Boom. Instant. And the funny thing about it too, Unc, when you get a quarterback that's that young, freshman, 18, 17, however old he might be, playing against a team like Oklahoma that's ranked with players that are very, very good defensively in all three phases, whether it be the front, second line, or the back line, you want to get him in rhythm. You want to get him in rhythm early. You want to build his confidence early.
I'm not going to let him get in the rhythm.
They were never able to
I'm not going to let him get in the rhythm. He's 18. So what am I going to do? I'm going to heat his ass up. I'm going to put him on the stove, and I'm going to start from the moment he's on the stove, I'm boiling. I'm not going to let him get in the rhythm, because I know that's what, look, they want to establish the run. We are going to stop the run. We are going to make this 18-year-old beat us on the road. There haven't been very many 18-year-old college freshman quarterbacks that's ever been able to go on the road in a hostile environment, like in an SEC game, and win on the road. I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to let you get him comfortable, Ocho, because I'm not going to let you run the ball. Because now, if you run the ball, you can play action pass off of it. I am going to heat his ass up.
Yeah.
Hot.
You got to. And Johnny, you know that. And even you saw what they tried to do to you. What you did is that you punished Alabama. Every time they brought the blitz, you made them pay for it, because you was coming out the backside. Hey, you make that first guy miss, and you're like, okay, you done missed now. So I got at least 15 yards before the crowd start yelling and screaming and people get their heads back around to see me. I'm chasing the wide receiver. I ain't gonna throw him the ball.
Right.
So when you got an 18-year-old true freshman Playing at Oklahoma and the way Brent Venables can get after you, you know he's a pressure DC. That's what he's always been. That's what he's always going to be. He ain't letting no 18-year-old get comfortable.
The thing about that is, like, when the kitchen gets hot and the pans are flaming and bursting around and there's fireworks going off and shit in the kitchen and you're in the pocket, I love that shit. Like, that's where my best football decided to come out and be played off of natural instinct. Yes. So, of course, Venables being a guy who played against him. They did it to us when we were at Texas A&M. Didn't work for them. Nevertheless, you get a kid like this. I had a redshirt year under my belt. This is a guy coming straight, fresh out, a lot of hype, now we're in there, a lot of money, a lot of like, there's heavy weight behind what this kid's coming into. So all in all, as a program for Michigan, I still think they're going to be set up for success in the future. But for a night like tonight, like, listen, you're playing an OU team. This is legacy, history, a good program, and one that didn't have the year they wanted to have last year. They're coming for some. They're coming to play some ball.
They are, and Brent Venables knows his job is on the table. He gave a little money back to say, "Okay, look, I'm bought in." He understands it. 6-7 is not good enough at OU. It's not. That's a very proud, historic program. They've won national championships. They have as many Heisman Trophy winners as anybody in the country, and that's a proud university. And 6-7. Ain't gonna cut it. Not at that university, not in the SEC, not in the Big 8, not in the Big 12, not in any conference they've ever been in. Oklahoma wants to be at the top of that pyramid. When you look up there and you see the Alabamas, you see the Ohio States, and you see all those great universities, Oklahoma pride themselves on being that. They played for national championship. They've been in that game. They won that. They have great coaches. You look at the coaches that they've had for Bud Wilkinson, rest his soul, 57-game winning streak, 3 national championships. You got Barrett Switzer, who started the wishbone. You got Bob Stoops. They ain't accepting anything less than that, Johnny.
Hey, Norman's not an easy place to walk into and play, too.
Nope.
We went there my redshirt year, and I was on the bench. Their benches are really close to the sideline. People in the front row. I don't know if you've been down to Oklahoma, but...
No, I haven't been.
They'll tell you some shit over there. They'll say some shit over there on your sideline. So I know being a redshirt freshman that first year, you're kind of seeing all these games and all these places. You know, Norman was a place where if you ain't really walked into a lot of stadiums before and you're sitting there and they're really close to you, they're on your fucking head all night. So I know he felt it tonight for sure.
And the thing is, look, they weren't always in the SEC, but the one thing we know about SEC football, those fans are ravenous. And it fits, I mean, Oklahoma and Texas, it fits because their fan base is ravenous. What else are you going to do in Norman, Oklahoma, besides go watch a college football game? What else are you going to do in Austin, Texas, besides go watch a college football town? Those are college football towns. So is Tuscaloosa and Birmingham, Alabama. So is Knoxville, Tennessee. So is Starkville and all those other. You go back and look at it in the SEC, every team that plays in the SEC, where their school is situated, the only thing they have is college football. Now you can drive down, if you're at the University of Athens, is 90 is like an hour and 15-minute drive to which, but that is a college town. So is Columbia, South Carolina. So when you look at all these schools, those fan bases, that's the South. Football rules the South. I don't give a damn what you bring down there. You could bring the Yankees. They're not going to outdraw a college football team. It's just the way it is. And to ask him to go into this environment, I do think, Johnny, next year this time, he'll be better equipped.
He'll be all right.
Different story.
Yeah.
Totally agree.